So everyone, thank you for coming today. Moments ago, I signed a declaration of disaster as we have hundreds of thousands of customers without power, that is Encore customers without power here in Dallas County. And there's also Garland Power customers without power. This is not a generation problem like we sometimes have when it's cold or in the heat of the summer. This is a broken lines problem brought about by straight line winds. Now, we have several challenges moving forward. These storms are continuing. Encore crews are on the ground trying to restore power, and the way that they'll do that is they'll start with critical infrastructure. And currently, we may have one hospital without power. Carrollton Regional may be without power. We're not positive. We're checking on that. But the rest of the hospitals have power, and we expect that that will continue because it's a prioritized power situation, and also they have generators. All right, let's talk about your loved ones in nursing homes. Their licenses require that they have a generator. There are nursing homes that are currently without power and on generator. We have people with Dallas County Health and Human Services calling each of those nursing homes to get their status and to see what help is needed for them. This, unfortunately, will be a multi-day power outage situation, similar to the one that you saw in Harris County and Houston. That does not mean if your power is out right now that it will be out for multiple days. It certainly could be out for multiple days. Encore and everyone else will prioritize the critical infrastructure, hospitals, police stations, things that need to have power, even more so than our homes do. And then they will prioritize the people whose power they can get on the quickest, looking at where the population density is, right, to get as many people back on as possible, rather. What I'm going to ask you to consider doing, which I've already done for some of my family, is if they're in one of the areas without power, get together and try to be accommodating to people, because this is going to be, unfortunately, longer than we've seen here in a while. And a lot of the places that are without power are going to include, hotels and things of that nature. We'll continue working with Encore and with all of our cities on this. The cities will be opening places, cooling stations in their rec centers. The chief may already have a list of some of those that are already open. We'll look at points of distribution should people need that. Let me talk to you about water safety right now. We don't have any water plants, and that's one of the top things on infrastructure. Any water treatment plants that are currently not operational, and that's really right there at the very top. So you don't have to worry about drinking your water. Even if your power is out, your electricity doesn't have anything to do with the cleanliness of your water you can drink. From your faucet there. With that, I know you probably have a bunch of questions. I'm going to turn it over to Grant Cruz with Encore to talk to you a little bit about the additional weather impacts and generator safety for those of you who have generators. Grant.
Good morning, everyone. So around 5 a.m. early this morning, a storm system developed that began northwest of our service territory. It then crossed over the Metroplex and began moving southeast towards our Tyler region. These storms produced baseball-sized hail, winds in excess of 80 miles per hour, and a significant amount of cloud-to-ground lightning. As of 11:30, we are seeing around, more than 600,000 customers that are out. Our teams immediately mobilized. They were pre-positioned and began working on some of those critical facilities that the judge mentioned. We also have a lot of assessment crews that are out right now looking at the more isolated outages and beginning the work to address those also. As the judge already stated, we are expecting a multi-day event. The storm has not moved out, and we are expecting more severe weather today and in the following days. So we understand this is a very frustrating time for folks to be without power. We are asking for your patience and your help to, as much as you can, as much as it is safe to do so, stay off the roads. Our crews need room to work. They are going to be out working long hours to get everybody back on. So we really need help to, if you have to get on the road, give those folks a wide berth and make sure you're paying attention to their safety and yours as well. We also encourage people to check in with their loved ones, elderly relatives who might be without power. We definitely want everybody to kind of stay informed, and as you can, open up your house if you have power to folks who don't. If you're without power, look at options to potentially move someplace where power is available. Also want to talk a little bit about the potential for down lines. We did have a significant number of down lines because of this weather event. In many cases, it's not going to be simple repairs. We're looking at complete reconstruction for parts of our area. I do want to say that we have already requested assistance from utilities across Texas. We are also calling in crews potentially from out of state. We've also made contact with those mutual assistance resources. So we are working to get them in here as quickly as possible. We have also created staging sites for equipment to be moved in so that it can quickly be moved out to where it's needed. Those laydown yards will have things like transformers, new poles, things that we need to get parts of our system rebuilt as quickly and as safely as possible. Again, I just want to reiterate, if you can, avoid driving through the impacted areas. That will be where our crews are. That will be where other emergency management officials are. If you have to drive through there, please look out for them, give them a wide berth to work. We'll continue updating our customers through our social media channels all day and through the following days as things develop. We want to let people know if you need to report an outage, the best way to get in touch with us is texting us to 66267. Just text OUT out. You can also use the My Encore app and visit encore.com to get updates on where we stand with the outages and also report it to us if you have an outage. So again, I understand this is really frustrating. We really appreciate everybody's patience as we work through the next several days to get everybody back online.
Thank you. Chief Forster.
Thank you. Thank you, Judge. Thank you, Grant. Hi, I'm Scott Forster. I wanted to talk about the partnership. You know, when we have an incident that's of this magnitude, our partners are very important. We work really close with all of the infrastructure partners, the city emergency managers, and our VOAD partners. Right now, the cities are out doing damage assessment. They're out taking care of folks that may be in temporary evacuation sites and making sure that those folks have a place to be right now and to be safe. Over these next couple of days, we'll continue to work with our partners in planning for all kinds of things that maybe our citizens may need, to work with our infrastructure partners to ensure that they have the support that they need for power, water, restoration, and all those other things that come along with recovering from an emergency or a disaster. Again, I want to echo what the judge said and what Grant said. We want to be safe. We want to make sure we stay away from down power lines. Assume every line that is down is live. We want to have generator safety. If you have a portable generator at your house, don't run it in your house. Don't run it in your garage. Make sure it's outside. We don't want to see anybody else become sick or injured or something bad outside of this incident that could be prevented. So just know that there's a collaboration between our partners trying to resolve this, and we care about everybody's safety and security. So we want to make sure that we're out there doing everything that we can. Thank you.
Thanks. One other important announcement, and then we'll take questions. Today is Election Day, as you all know, for both the Democratic runoffs and the Republican runoffs. In Dallas County, and also in Denton and in Collin and in Tarrant County for sure. I'm not sure about every county in the area. I think Ellis County is another one. We have what's called county-wide voting. So what that means is if your polling place, that school down the street from your house doesn't work, you can go somewhere else to vote. And in Dallas County, we currently have 103 locations that are without power, but we have 180 locations that still have power. I'm talking about election locations. And that gives you a feel also for just how damaged our power grid here, our lines here in Dallas are, that 103 of those locations are without power. They're not currently closed, but they're currently unable to vote there. And they will likely be closed in the coming hours as it becomes apparent that power can't be restored. But you can go to one of these 180 places. You'll be able to find those maps showing what's open at Dallas County Elections social media pages, and we'll also repost that on my social media pages, all right? And with that, we'll take any questions you may have.
Judge,
You've been listening to Dallas County officials, including Dallas County Judge Clay Jenkins, Encore officials as well, kind of address the state of the city and the county, really, after those big storms rolled through earlier this morning.
Really stressing the disaster declaration that this will be a multi-day event to get things cleaned up and back on track. We're going to take a quick break. We'll see you on the other side.